Welcome back. Just as we promised, we are now having the conversation today, and we're talking about Benin. And it's about governance, security, and regional stability. The full coup attempt in Benin is not just another breaking news or headline. It is a clear warning signal. It is telling us that democracy in West Africa is under intense pressure, not only from soldiers with guns, but from weakened institutions, contested elections, and growing public distrust. So what makes this moment even more significant is Nigeria's swift military intervention, ordered by President Bola Tinubu, making Nigeria once again a regional power willing to defend constitutional order beyond its borders. But here's the big questions that many Nigerians are asking. Are we containing a crisis or simply postponing a deeper democratic record in West Africa?
It goes beyond our imagination, and we begin to and it brings this feeling of, oh, there's something dangerous going on here, and we begin to worry. Where does the success of democracy lies? Because we know, and it is said all over the news, that Benin has been a quiet, democratic success in the West African region. But then we begin to wonder what is happening. So what brought all of these things? That's where you can give it to the worrying section of the population, of the masses, that are happy about such coup. Nobody is really excited about coup, but when you see people start clamping hands for coup, then you know that something is going on.
I think there's a level of consciousness. Many of the citizens across these African countries, just like you've pointed, there's this level of civic awareness. They now know that, oh, things shouldn't be done this way. If you look at many African countries, there's been a long stance of leadership. Just seeing a leader rule a country over 10 years, for what? And so people are going to realize, young people are going to realize that, oh, it shouldn't be the case. If you say it's a democratic country, people need to be elected in. Other people need to try out things. Other people need to experience the government. Why is the government situated in one place? It's like women who get married to men who beat them up or are very violent to them. Sometimes they endure that relationship, and they have very strange reasons. Some say for their children's sake. For some economic reason, they do not have the power. But watch that same woman the moment she is able to bounce out. The moment she's able to lay her hand on economic power, she has finance, she has something else that can start going for her. She would hit that man, try to revenge, and move away. She'll push back. So take the African scenario as that case. Many of these countries are in a toxic relationship with their leadership, and they're only enduring because they have no options. The moment they are able to gather momentum or find a better option, they would bounce back, and that bounce back means military, means a coup, means a takeover, means violent protest, means peaceful protest, however they want to define their bounce back. What are we saying? There is a high level of moral decadence in our governance system. And until that is fixed, expect many people to start prepping ahead. In fact, the generation that would even take over a lot of things, they are doing press up. They are just watching from afar. Some of them are in JS1, some are in primary school. And you think they're not conversant with what's happening. They are hearing the stories, they are picking up, and they are learning. They are learning to not make the mistakes that this is a failed coup in Benin. Do you think that if there's going to be another coup, that it will be failed? Obviously it won't. If I do not even think, Cynthia, that if a country is working well, anybody will think of a coup. I do not think. I remember when my father told me about the coup in Nigeria then, and he was so excited about how there was so much order in Nigeria, how no matter how late you came to anywhere, you must follow the queue. You don't jump queue. There was so much orderliness. You do not dump on the road. And so these were things that they missed in the other form of governance when Nigeria was not. Now that we are doing democracy, you see people eat and trash anywhere. People jump queues. People do whatever they want to do. People hike prices of things. So democracy is sweet though, but you see the effects. So everybody can do anything, whether you're a leader or not. There's almost no consequence to issues. The wrong people are in prison. There's so much that is going wrong. Since I do not even exhaust this conversation today because of time, it looks like we may not exhaust it. But I want us to look at our social media space for now.
Okay, we have one from Harmless. And this person says, you nearly invaded Niger for war. Now you are dropping bombs in Cotonou. You are not after the coup plotters, you are after the resources in Benin. Oh, Nigeria is now after resources too. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, it's from Sizu. African politicians have turned democracy into a complete scam, cheating their people 247. Moving forward, any military coup in Africa that removes an incompetent criminal president and his entire cabinet from power is highly welcome. Long may this trend continue. You
can destroy coup plotters in Benin, but you don't want Trump to destroy terrorists in Nigeria. And that was a very funny one to me, because it's like, okay, but let's see what Neferiti said. She said, Vanguard is reporting that Nigeria, that's a newspaper, is reporting that Nigeria Air Force has carried out airstrikes inside of Benin Republic. So the president can afford rockets, bombs, and missiles against coup plotters, but Nigeria cannot afford targeted airstrikes against ISWAP, killer headsmen, and the Boko Haram. So these are the frustrations I see many Nigerians are having to deal with. There are too many questions to ask.
Too many.
We're still having conversations and going into meetings with Donald Trump and team about coming to Nigeria to save Nigeria.
First of all, I'm not against the fact that the president responded swiftly to this.
Oh, it's good to respond because it brings back the stability.
Exactly.
But I think people are just concerned that was a swift response.
I know we are that big brother. That's our position in this case. Stabilizer, big brother, stabilizers, guarantor of order and peace. But then we've seen Nigeria acted in so many ways, offering peace treaties and interventions in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, in so many other countries. But then our country, Nigeria, is in need of such intervention.